Kayıp defter. This is the story of today. So, kayıp means lost, defter like notebook. So, the lost notebook. Let's start with the words, some of the words that I've chosen from the story. Severde means loved, he or she loved, okay, because it doesn't have an ending at the end. So, severde, loved, and here we have the R. This R is the geniş zaman, one of the tenses in Turkish, and sev, love means love, from the infinitive form sevmek, to love. Yürürken while walking. This can alone means while or when. So while walking, yürümek means to walk. These are also the geniş zaman, one of the tenses in Turkish, and we use this tense when we do an action habitually. Always you use this tense. Çalışsa. Çalışsa if it works. From çalışmak. Çalışmak means to work, okay, or to, sometimes we say ders çalışmak, which means to study, but let's say çalış means to work, çalışmak, to work. This means if. So if you know the grammar of Turkish, the SA means if it works, the thing they're talking about. Karar verdi, decided, from karar vermek, the infinitive form. Di is the past. It passed in several stories before this past tense. İlk kez, first time. Okay, together, ilk kez. Now, kez means time, like kere. We can say also kere. İlk means first, first time. Gidiyordu was going, from gitmek, to go. The iyor, as you remember from the previous stories, it means the present continuous tense. The du is the past. Now here di we use for the past because we have letter e, and the u because we have letter o. This is grammar in Turkish. Now let's start with our story. Kayıp defter, the lost notebook. Merve küçük bir kasabada yaşayan genç bir yazardı. So the translation of the whole sentence before I translate each word alone. Merve was a young writer living in a small town. So Merve, the name, was what? A young writer that lived, from yaşamak, to live. Yaşayan, the one who is living. That lived where? Where is it? In the da, in a small town. Kasaba means town, da means in or on or at, depending on the sentence. So Merve was a young writer living in a small town. Çocukluğundan beri hikayeler yazmayı severdi. Meaning, she had loved writing, or let's say she loved writing stories since childhood. So this word passed from the first slide. She loved. She loved what? Okay, writing stories. Yazmayı, from yazmak, to write. Here, hikayeler, stories. This means plural, so stories. Let's repeat. She loved writing stories. Çocukluğundan beri, since she was young, or we say since childhood. This dan, beri, together means since, and here means childhood. Okay, çocuk, by the way, means kid. Maybe you know that. Hayal gücü genişti. Okay, we can stop here, by the way, because this is a full sentence since we have a verb. The meaning of this one, her imagination was vast. Okay, was big, let's say. Hayal gücü, together, imagination, genişti, was vast. The ti here is the past, but why did we use t and not d? Because we have ş, this letter. Ve kasabanın sokaklarında yürürken her şeyden ilham alırdı. Meaning, and as she walked through the town's streets, she found inspiration in everything. Kasabanın sokaklarından yürürken, we said when she walked, while she was walking, okay, we can translate it as it is, or as she was walking, or as she walked, since it's the past, where through the kasabanın sokaklarından, or the town's streets. Okay, kasaba, we said it's town. Sokak means street. Sokaklar, streets. Now these endings, because we have noun complement. So as she walked through the town's streets. Her şeyden ilham alırdı means she found inspiration in everything. Now, her means everything. Şeyden, from everything. İlham alırdı. İlham means, as we said, inspiration. Almak, this alırdı. Almak is to take. Okay, as it is. We have the is the past, or is the geniş zaman. Now, if we want to literally translate this sentence, it will be she took inspiration from everything. Maybe we say she took inspiration from everything, or she found inspiration in everything. Okay? Ancak son zamanlarda ilhamını kaybetmiş gibi hissediyordu. However, recently she felt like she had lost her inspiration. Ancak means however. Son means, okay, let's translate together. Son zamanlarda, recently, together. Zaman means time. Son means end. Okay, the plural, and da means in. We don't say in the last time. No, recently. This is how we properly translate it. Recently, what? She felt. She felt here hissediyordu. If we want to translate it as it is, she was feeling. We can say she was feeling. So, however, recently she was feeling like she lost her inspiration. Okay, ilhamını, her inspiration. Ilham alone means inspiration. The N here means her. She lost her inspiration. So, however, recently she felt like she had lost her inspiration. While translating, you can of course add some words because it's English a little bit to get a meaningful sentence. Ne zaman bir şeyler yazmaya çalışsa kelimeler aklından uçup gidiyordu. Meaning, every time she tried to write, the words seemed to disappear from her mind. Ne zaman? Every time. Okay? Bir şeyler yazmaya çalışsa. So, every time she tried, okay, to write something, okay, what happens? Kelimeler, words, aklından, from her mind. Uçuk means flew, okay, from uçmak, to fly, and this up, let's leave it now, I'll explain it. Uç means fly. From uçmak, the infinitive form. Gidiyordu, went. So what's this up? Also, it passed in several stories before, and I explained it. Again, instead, because here we have two verbs, uçmak and gitmek, or which is to go and to fly. Instead of repeating the whole ending of the second verb, we just put up, and it means it flew and went. So same ending. That's it only. But while translating the sentence, it will be every time she tried to write, the words seemed to disappear from her mind. We don't say to fly from her mind. We change the translation a little bit. Bir gün sahilde yürürken eski ve yıpranmış bir defter buldu. One day, while walking along the beach, she found an old, worn-out notebook. One day, a day. What happened? While it passed again. While walking on the beach, sahil means beach, day means on. We don't say in the beach. One day, while walking along the beach or on the beach, okay. What did she find? Buldu. She found. She found a old. We say an old and worn off. Okay, worn out. What? Bir defter, notebook. So the whole sentence will mean one day while walking along the beach, she found an old and worn out notebook, which means like it's maybe the pages are not good, they are maybe cut a little bit. This is it, worn out. Merakla sayfalarını çevirdi. What happened? She, or curiously, she flipped through its pages. Merakla, with curiosity, which is curiously, okay. Çevirdi means flipped. She started opening each page alone. Sayfalarını, its pages. So she flipped through its pages. İçinde farklı insanların el yazılarıyla yazılmış hikayeler vardı. Meaning, inside there were stories written in different handwriting. Okay? İçinde, inside. There was, vardı, there was. Stories, okay? Written, yazılmış, from yazmak to write. This the and the le means that we don't know who did that action. Okay? It was written. So again, inside there were stories written in what? In different, farklı means different, in different handwriting. So of course here they said insanların yazılarıyla, like handwritten, people wrote it. Okay, we know that people, of course, people would write it, but if we translate, we can say inside there were stories written in different handwriting, because who writes? Of course, people. We don't have to translate it also, but you know the meaning. Kimi bir aşk hikayesi, kimi bir macera, kimi de bir günlük gibi görünüyordu. So, here she's saying that some were love stories, some were adventures, and others seemed like personal diary. Kimi means some. Bir aşk hikayesi, a love story. So some of them were love stories, some of them were adventure, macera, and some of them were what? Günlük gibi görünüyordu. Looked or seemed like günlük means diary or personal diary. From gün, something you do. Gün means day. Günlük, every day you do it, like a diary, personal diary. Okay? Okay, Merve bu defterin nasıl buraya geldiğini merak etti. We can stop here because we have a verb. Now, Merve wondered how this notebook ended up there. Merve merak etti, from merak etmek, wondered. So, Merve wondered how. Nasıl means how. How what? How this notebook came here. Buraya, to here, buraya, evet, to here or here, geldiğini, it came. So let's translate it properly. Merve wondered how this notebook ended up here. We don't say came here because it doesn't come. Ended up here. Ama daha da önemlisi, but more important together. Ama means but. Daha da önemlisi. More important is what? Here more. Bu hikayeler ona ilham vermeye başladı. The most important was that these stories started to inspire her. These stories started from başlamak, to start, başladı, started. These stories started what? To give her, vermek, to give her what? İlham, which is inspire, to give her inspiration. Or when translating we say, this story started to inspire her. Let's continue. Defteri her gün okumaya devam etti. Let's stop here. She continued reading this notebook every day. So she continued reading the notebook every day. Defteri, the notebook, because defter means notebook. This I means that notebook we're talking about, the notebook. Her gün, every day. Okumaya, to read, devam etti. She continued. So she continued reading the notebook every day. Ve sonunda, and at the end, kendi hikayesini yazmaya karar verdi. Finally, she decided to write her own story. So sonunda ve sonunda, and finally, she decided, it passed before, she decided what? To write her own kendi her own what? Story. Kendi hikayesini. İlk kez kelimeler zorlanmadan kağıda dökülüyordu. For the first time, words flowed into the paper effortlessly. Okay, without effort. İlk kez, first time. Kelimeler, words. Zorlanmadan, without. Madan means without. Without what? Let's say without feeling hard. Okay? It was easy for her to write. Kağıda, on the paper. Dökülüyordu. It was flowing. Like she was able to write without any problems. Let's translate again. For the first time, words flowed into the paper effortlessly, without effort. Yazmaya başladıkça ilhamın her zaman içeriden değil, bazen dış dünyadan da gelebileceğini fark etti. What did she notice? Fark etti. Like she noticed. Okay. The meaning of the sentence. As she wrote, she realized that that inspiration didn't always have to come from within. It could come from the outside world too. So yazmaya başladıkça, dıkça means as you're doing that action. So as she was writing on and on and on this dıkça, and yazmaya means writing. So as she wrote, she noticed, she realized what? That inspiration doesn't have to come always, her zaman, always from inside. That means from inside. Sometimes what? It could come from gelmek. It could come also from the outside world. Dış means outside, dünya word, and da means from. So the meaning again. As she wrote, she realized that inspiration didn't always have to come from within. It could come from the outside world too. Birkaç hafta sonra defterin ilk sayfasına bir not yazdı. A few weeks later, she wrote a note on the first page of the notebook. So birkaç hafta sonra. Sonra means after. After couple of weeks. Yazdı. Bir not yazdı. She wrote a note. Okay. A note where? On the first page of the book. So ilk means first. Sayfası, or let's say sayfa means page. Sayfası, the page of the book. The notebook, the first page of the book, a notebook. Let's say a few weeks later, she wrote a note on the first page of the book or a notebook. Let's say. Eğer bu defteri bulduysan, let's stop here. This means if, and means you. If you find this notebook, and eğer, it comes with the sa, the if. So here we can remove eğer and we say bu defteri bulduysan, if you find this book, or we can put it, it's the same, but the sa, this if, and the sa is important, you have to put it. Senin de bir hikayen vardır. You too have a story. So senin de, you also, bir hikayen, a story vardır, there is. Again, if you find this notebook, you have a story too. Yazmaktan korkma. Don't be afraid from writing. Okay, this is it. Don't be afraid from writing. Sonra defteri sahilde bir banka bıraktı. Later or then she left the notebook on the bench by the beach. Later, bıraktı, she left from bırakmak. Where did she? Okay, later she left the notebook on a bank where they sit on the beach. Belki bir başkası onu bulur ve yeni bir hikayeye ilham olurdu. Hoping that someone else would find it and be inspired to start their own story. Belki means maybe, or we can translate it as we wish, but belki means maybe. Bir başkası, another person, başka means another whole person, of course. Another person onu bulur, finds it, finds the notebook. Ve yeni bir hikayeye ilham olurdu and be inspired by a new story. Okay, what do we learn from from the story? İlham bazen içimizde değil, etrafımızdaki dünyada saklıdır. Inspiration is sometimes not within us, but hidden in the world around us. So inspiration is sometimes not within us. İçimizde means we. It's not within us, okay? But hidden, saklıdır. It's hidden where? In the world around us. Okay, we don't have the word but this is how we can translate it. Yeni bir başlangıç, a new beginning, başlangıç, beginning. Yeni means new, bir means a. Hiç beklemediğimiz bir yerde bizi bulabilir. Okay, let's translate together all of it. A new beginning can find us. Oh, let me give you the translation first. A new beginning can find us in the most unexpected places. So, a new beginning can find can find us. This abil means can find who us where. Okay, can find us where in the most unexpected places. So bir yerde a place. Hiç means here negative. Beklemediğimiz we are not expecting. So let's say again the translation. A new beginning can find us in the most unexpected places. This is the English translation of the story. Of course, if you want a copy of this story, you can click in the link in the description box below.